Welcome to the Bulldog Breakdown, old-fashioned hate week. Buck Belue, Hutson Mason, as we get ready for the big Georgia Tech rivalry game coming up. Let's look back first, though, Hud, at the victory over Texas A&M. Georgia's offense missing some early shots. Jake Fromm basically having trouble with the grip, another wet day in Athens on game day. And all week long, they had gotten ready for this, throwing a wet ball. Jake had tried the glove and then gave it a try again on Saturday, but gosh, first possession glove on, second possession glove off, third possession glove back on, fourth possession glove back off, and missed a couple of touchdown opportunities there.
Yeah, I thought what you saw, especially on the wheel route to Brian Herrien, was the ball sail on him, and that's why I was never a big fan of the glove, because it sticks too much on your fingers as you're trying to, kind of follow through with your two index fingers. And that's why I've always wondered how Big Ben and guys like Tom Brady use that. And I'm sure they have specific, less sticky quarterback gloves, but my experience is I just felt like I couldn't really command the ball because of how you need it to kind of rotate off your fingers. So, and I thought the ball sailed on Harry. And then you saw him kind of go back and forth. He couldn't really make up in his mind. But, you can't blame this one on Coley. I love the flea flicker play early on, aggressiveness. You get those guys to suck up on the run. I thought that was the best miss of the day for Fromm. He just barely missed, but the rest of them, he missed some wide open guys. So three straight games where he's completed less than 50% of his passes. That's not Jake Fromm. The thing is Jake has always bounced back after a tough game. LSU last year to the cocktail party, South Carolina this year, then the cocktail party again. So, he's going up against Georgia Tech's 82nd ranked defense in the country. If Georgia can't score 25 points or more in this game, then, there's really no hope.
Well, the good news is no rain in the forecast this coming Saturday against Tech, and then you're indoor against LSU with perfect conditions for the SEC title game. So Jake won't have to worry about a wet football there. Cager, I think, was cleared to go, chose not to play. I think that was a smart move. Georgia could beat A&M and probably Tech without Cager in there. For this Georgia, the Georgia offense appears to be different when Cager's in the game. He's battled the shoulder and the rib problem. Do everything you can to get him healthy for that showdown with LSU. I wouldn't be surprised not to see him again this week.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I think what I'm feeling is if they held him out against Texas A&M, an SEC opponent, a much better opponent than Georgia Tech, I've got a feeling they're not going to play him this week. So you really try to take last week, this week, give him 2 weeks off leading up to the SEC championship game, because you're right. I mean, this offense is totally different when he's in there and than when he's not. So, which is a bit concerning because, you're at the University of Georgia and you should have enough talent where you're not so dependent upon one guy. You look at Alabama, look at LSU. They got a trio of receivers. Georgia this year has been kind of so stuck on and so dependent on, Lawrence Cager. So I wouldn't expect him to play. I don't think you need him. And hopefully he can get healthy and get back for the LSU game.
I do see some examples of these young receivers improving, which is what you hope for. Cortez Hankton, the new wide receiver coach, has done a pretty good job. These guys are getting better. I saw Pickens on his touchdown reception that Fromm threw a beautiful ball on that one. Let's compliment Jake at least once here. A beautiful throw. Pickens was able to beat the cornerback playing press man coverage at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a little hand in there to help him get a clean release, but that is a key, and it wasn't a part of his skill set early in the year. Now you're seeing some of these. It's an indication that these young guys like Pickens are learning.
Yeah, got to be careful. I actually thought he got the face mask of the DB there and might have gotten away with an offensive face mask. But what you like and what you can take away there, the silver lining is him being more aggressive at the line of scrimmage. And that's what's really you need. You saw in the South Carolina game they struggle with and moving forward is just getting that separation off the line of scrimmage. Can you be where you need to be when you need to be there? Don't surprise the quarterback. If you're at 10 yards, got to be at 10 yards. So another challenge against Georgia Tech's defense.
All right, we'll come back, brag on that defense. They're hunkering down, and take a look at this Georgia Tech game. Next here on the Bulldog Breakdown. Be a part of radio history here in Atlanta by securing the 680 The Fan 25th Anniversary Retro T-shirt, like Hutson Mason and I are wearing right now.
Great thing is all proceeds will go to a great cause. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, all the great folks over there will benefit from it. You can get your shirt and hat, trucker hat. That's always great for the summertime. 680thefan.com/retro buck. People may get that confused with Metro because we're going to look so good in it.
Don't fool around. Do it now and be looking good. All right, the big question now is Georgia Tech. Can they actually score on this Georgia defense, Hut? That would be the 4th shutout of the season.
Yeah.
Just to take a glimpse, if that did happen, Georgia defense is hunkering down.
Yeah, held Texas A&M to -1 rushing yard. They haven't given up more than 20 points all season. Them and Clemson are the only defenses in the country to do that. So, I think what you look at this week is the challenge is go shut them out. I mean, I can't remember the last time a team shut out another offense 4 times in one season. If you really want to make a stamp your approval for one of the greatest defenses, surely in Georgia history, but SEC history, another shutout against a Power 5 team would do that. So defense has been playing great. They play so many different guys. They don't give up big plays. Like I said, and they're doing this all without that Roquan Smith, the top 5 draft pick, the superstar player. Exciting for Georgia fans is the fact that the vast majority of these guys are coming back next year.
Yeah, that is a good sign. And you look at this Georgia Tech offense, maybe found their legs here, discovering who their quarterback is. James Graham is threw the ball so well last week, and that win over NC State, dropped some dimes, and then obviously pulled it down. He's got that running ability. This kid from Fitzgerald's a player. They've got a quality running back in Jordan Mason, one of the top backs in the country. They've got the workings of a decent offense. It's been a long season for them. They are a threat, though.
Yeah, they are, and they're in transition mode. I think, it's going to take them a couple years to get away from the triple option and that personnel. But and look, they are coming off a big win against NC State. So, and this is a rivalry game. Everything that no matter the record or how teams are doing, you got to kind of throw those things away because emotion is involved in this, and those are Division I players on the other side and good coaches. So, I think the good thing that I've seen from Kirby since he's been here is Georgia's never really had that letdown moment. They've always come zoned in, focused. They don't take teams lightly, so I'm expecting that same type of focus and intensity against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, one thing I learned playing in this rivalry was you can forget about the records, man. You can forget about the records because you can not get away with that. This is intense. This is serious football. And when you tee it up against your main rival, you're looking to take care of business.
Did you guys have a Tech, like a theme? Like, were you ever taught something on Tech Week to do? Like, for example, Joe Tereshinski taught us on Tech Week, when we said Tech, we had to follow it up with a spit.
Right. Well, I do remember we played at Tech my senior year, and when we got back to the locker room, we had been robbed. Where was the security? We received a letter on Monday, Coach Dooley read to the team from Bill Curry, apologizing that they had no security at the visitors' locker room.
Some people believe that could have been done, just turned a blind eye, huh?
Hey, if we had known that, we would have tacked on another touchdown. All right, that's it for the Bulldog Breakdown. Next week, we're back to look back at the Tech game, look ahead to the showdown with LSU.
Thieves.
Here. I just like Buck's delivery. We got robbed.